Thank you for spending this holiday season with 2K Sports as we get ready for the special NBA presentation. We've got the visitors facing the home team. With Hall of Famers Grant Hill and Doris Burke, this is Brian Anderson. Joining us from the sidelines, Allie LaForce. Well, two of the best guards in the league going at it today, Grant. Is there a bit of bragging rights on the line?
You know, maybe not for the players themselves, BA, but the fans will absolutely use this game as evidence when they argue why their guy is the best.
Harden into the lane. Second chance effort. Doesn't go, and he's 0 for 1 from the floor. And here's Shepherd for 3. And Hero grabs the board. And here's Harden. Right now he's contributing about 15.5 points a game. And the three-pointer goes.
Boy, how about Aaron Gordon stretching the floor with his shooting at this point? He knew that was an important element to add to his game.
Now here's Antetokounmpo. Impressive scoring stats with around 27 points a game. And there's the foul. It'll go on Aaron Gordon. That's his first foul. Pass to Shepherd.
See, the combination of size, mobility, athleticism gives Aaron Gordon the necessary attributes to be an excellent defender.
From outside the arc, hits the trifecta. Gordon's got his second basket on the night.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
Well, Grant, you look at James Harden's capacity to generate offense. He is still at an elite level.
Yeah, a virtuoso with the rock. Even as he slows down, his ability to change pace keeps defenders off balance and creates for himself and others. It's just a thing to marvel at.
Boy, there is a will, a drive. Aaron Gordon showing he wants to be more active on the glass.
Oh, Grant, they're on a nice run right now.
Yeah, offensively, they're making things look easy.
Pass to Hero. From the arc. Yes, and a nice assist from Harden.
And what's working here? Each guy is willing to make the next pass.
Here's Sarr. Drummond on the double team. Stolen by Hero. And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. Back to Harden. And he converts the layup.
The big story thus far, how well they've shot the rock.
Seattle trails by 13. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
I briefly spoke with Jamal Mosley. Giannis was the topic of our conversation, and Coach said after a deep breath, I mean, there's no need to exhaust yourself over how to stop Giannis. He's going to leave his mark on the floor. We just have to deploy something to mute his production a little bit. They definitely got... their hands full trying to slow one of the game's best. Guys, back over to you.
Okay, thank you, Allie. And Charles Lee wants a timeout. Coach probably just checking to make sure everybody's on the same page here. First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. Here's Shepherd. Still without a bucket. Black, no good. Harden with it. Harden drawing the double team. Hero for 3. Giannis Antetokounmpo grabs the board.
And just terrible defense. I don't know how he missed that shot.
Boy, that foul looked intentional. Not exactly what you'd expect here.
Yeah, I know. It just doesn't make sense given the situation.
Three-pointer. And Antetokounmpo gets a 3.
Yeah, his jump shots improved every season. Antetokounmpo's got a great rhythm on his quick release shots.
Pass to Hero. And they waste no time getting those 3 points back. Hero's got 9.
They've been very effective so far. a balanced attack at its best.
On the offensive end, it feels like they're getting the shots they want, and defensively, they are connected and on a string.
Knocks it down from distance. He's got 11.
They're getting torched on the perimeter. 4 of the last 5 buckets have been threes. Every time I watch Sarr, I'm just amazed at how light off the floor he is.
Now here's Harden. Pass to Nembhard. Takes the 3. Hits a three-pointer.
12 straight points off threes. This defense is not extending very well.
Here's Antetokounmpo. Good work defensively by Gordon. Here's the 3. Again gets it to go. He can't miss. 5 for 5.
And this is how he shines. He's a big part of their floor spacing.
And right now, Greg, he is doing a great job delivering for this team. Productive and efficient.
There's Jackson with the 3. And he buries his first look.
You have to account for Jackson Jr. in the corner. I mean, he's an excellent three-point shooter.
They're enjoying a sizable lead.
And what I like, B.A., they haven't stopped pressing the issue.
Pass to Hero. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Just 5 to shoot. Intercepted. And they're on the run. Shot's good by Black.
It all happened in an instant. Turning defense into offense. Love it.
Well, just terrific anticipation to force the turnover and ignite the break.
And a double-digit lead on the scoreboard as we end the first quarter of play. Up by... Great to have you with us. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And from what we've seen here from the home team, what's your take so far?
Well, they came out with a physical presence and made rebounding a priority.
I think it's why they hold the lead here early, because they're controlling the flow of the game with those second chance opportunities.
Grant, since he's coming to the league, what's jumped out to you about Hero's development?
Well, I've liked seeing his growth in running the pick and roll. He's not just a jump shooter anymore. He's a guy that can anchor an offensive unit, B.A. The screener was leaning a bit right there. His feet may not have been planted. Pretty obvious call by the officials.
You know, he's just leaning a little bit. You try to get away with it, but boy, the official all over it.
Nails it from beyond the arc.
Wow, 5 consecutive threes. This defense looking very frustrated right now.
And Giannis Antetokounmpo picks up that foul. That's foul number 2 for him. They are blowing this one open.
Maybe the only question is how big will this lead grow?
Outside Robinson. Yes, and a nice assist from Harden. Robinson's got 6 points.
And just not letting up at all. I mean, you have to love this approach. You want to get the ball to the guys who make plays.
One thing we've learned in the NBA, the game is never over. So you've got to continue to score, continue to build your lead.
Gordon, left side. Clock at 6. Here's Drummond. Seattle pulls it in.
Nothing more important than protecting the rim, folks, and that's exactly what they get.
Jackson with the dime. The guy is just so skilled.
Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played so far. Left side, Harden. Robinson for 3. And his first miss of the night, now 2 of 3.
Boy, normally he makes that. Defense gets lucky there.
And there's a 3-second violation.
He pushed a little too hard there trying to close the gap. And yes, he paid the price.
That's a big miscue, and you hate to see that happen at this point in the game.
And timeout called by Charles Lee. He might have seen something and needs to review with his guys. And we're about 2 minutes into the second quarter here. Now Harden. Driving inside. And then Harden with the jam.
Well, James Harden's ability to put it on the deck and get to the cup is elite. And because of that size and frame, he's going to finish most often.
Back to Sarr. Drummond on the double team. Oh, got a piece of it. And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Hey, guys. Giannis Antetokounmpo is embracing his emotional leadership role. He said, before I was really serious and quiet, now I'm more vocal, smiling, having fun. It carries over. I love to lead by example, but I know that my voice carries a lot of weight. Back to you, Brian.
It sure does. Allie, thanks very much for the report. Outside Robinson. Off target from three-point range. Seattle trails by 20. Let's go with a three. And it's Harden who pulls down the rebound. The three. And Robinson is good for three. Robinson's got 9 points. And one thing about this game, Grant, on any given night, you can see an upset.
Yeah, I mean, B.A., it just shows how hard it is to be consistent night in and night out. Every team in the league has quality players. So if you're off your game even just a little, that could be enough to lose it for you.
Nice job by James Harden to leap out and get an easy opportunity in transition.
Pass to Sarr. Out left to the wing. And here's Shepard for three. Drops in the three. Shepard's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for three. They've done a great job of moving the ball tonight.
Yeah, B.A., keeping everybody involved keeps everyone engaged.
Well, few players as consistently good on the offensive glass as Andre Drummond. A lot of those rebounds turn into points.
And the call will be against James Harden. That's foul number 2 for him. Here's Black. He's averaging about 6 points per game. A minute 37 left in the first half of basketball. Pass to Robinson. Yes, and a nice assist from Harden. He's got 12.
You love it when a guy can put a slow start behind him and begin to ramp it up.
Now here's Harden. 6 points for him. Screen by Robinson. And it's Harden penetrating. Here's Black. Sinks it from distance. Black's got his second bucket on the night.
Listen, we know this guy has got a solid offensive arsenal. You've got to stay on point defensively.
Pass to Robinson. Black with it. And Drummond picks him up defensively. And finished off by Sarr.
Sarr using all of his length and athleticism to tell this league that he has arrived.
And here's Harden. Gordon outside. Gets the three to fall. Gordon's got 17 points.
And his fantastic performance from the last game has carried over to tonight.
No, I think that's the one thing every player is searching for. Consistency. They're giving this guy a chance to carry the offense once again.
27 seconds left in the first half of this game. Outside Robinson. He buries it from three.
Man, they're having a hard time defending the triple. That's 3 in a row.
And he got the whistle on the way up, so he'll be headed to the line for a pair.
So many times, Giannis forces his man into a foul. As a defender, you can't give him anything easy. That leads to a lot of contact. Nice rebound. Trying to match the other team's intensity right now.
Harden drives in, lays it up and banks it in. Give him 8.
And trust me, when the D's slow to react, he'll be the first guy to make them pay.
And that's typical of this guy. He's always reading the situation, reacting quickly, and capitalizing.
And so a pretty lopsided game through the first half. Delivering the blowout. And we'll be right back after halftime for the start of the third quarter. See you in just a bit. And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it's been a runaway. Outside Robinson. From deep. The rebound by Jackson. Seattle on offense. And here's Shepard for 3. It doesn't go for him. Pass to Harden. Outside Robinson. Seattle pulls it in.
Amazing tenacity attacking the basket, and I'm sure he won't miss that next time.
Shots good by Black.
Probably a play they drew up in the locker room at half.
Well, there is nothing better than catching a rhythm as early as possible, and boy, that's a terrific start right there.
Harden into the lane. Nembhard for 3. Antetokounmpo grabs the board.
They've been unable to hit anything this half. 3 attempts and 3 misses.
Pass to Gordon. Outside Harden. There's the drive. And then Harden with the jam. Great game for him. Double-double now.
It is just so hard, guys, stopping James Harden on the bounce. There's a physical strength aspect to his game that's difficult to deal with.
And here is Antetokounmpo. Pass to Shepard. Lets the 3 fly. Good work defensively by Gordon.
Nothing going his way. Boy, it feels like he's forcing it and to no avail.
The drive by Harden. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2.
Personal foul.
Jaren Jackson picks one up.
This guy is an absolute master at getting fouled. Whenever James Harden attacks with certainty, good things happen